Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, amazing, wonderful individual. Today, I would like to speak about love makes your inner etheric body or inner etheric plant grow and become nurtured, makes it healthy and strong within your body. Your etheric body, your life formative forces, which also is bringing you the shape of your body, which is your fluidic body, which is reflected in your glandular system, but which also is your steady, stable, strong life force and vitality that you over time through spiritual science and studying of, well, everything human and everything in between, truly. Human, animal, plant, and mineral kingdom, or fire, air, water, earth. They are reflective of each other in that sense. We human beings have the ego that is differentiated between animals that makes the fire. Then we have the astral, which is the airy. Then we have the etheric, which is the watery, and the physical, the mineral, which is the earth. Now, of course, we do have all of these, since we do have an animal-like body. But we are human beings with an ego, and that allows us to work upon ourselves and in a loving, patient, consistent, and nurturing way. You grow your inner etheric strength. The more your inner etheric strength is grown, the more you are in alignment and in control and in full use of your inner thoughts. Your thoughts is thought through the etheric and in your physical body, as I have talked about earlier, but it is dragged down from the astral world. So it's important for us to build the anchoring and the strength to be able to drag down from the astral, and when we are in the astral, invite in the right beings, invite in the right feelings, forces, and upliftments, the healing, the love, the warmth. They are very distinct. We also have detached, cold, scheming and lying and fear-based beings. And then we have ignorant, careless, frivolous, and la-di-da. We are in the middle here as human beings, of course. But there are many types of beings, human beings, everywhere in between those two. When you have a balance within yourself, being able to sit within your body without letting your body be rowdy and wants to move and wants to do whatever it likes to do, but you are within your being and more or less are in control of it as to the best of our abilities. The more we meditate and have a feel of our body, imagining our whole being with everything in it, every organ, the nervous system, glandular system, the skeleton, the blood, the breathing system, and so on. It's all about, and it is also very handy to connect the constellations to our body parts. Let's see if I can remember. You have Aries, which is the head. The larynx goes to Taurus. Then you have Cancer, breastplate. And then we have Leo, the heart. And the twins, we have the limbs, which is the limbs. And then we have the abdomen, Virgo. And then we have Libra, which is the spine. Scorpio, which is the genitals. The thighs, which is the Sagittarius. Have I forgotten anything? No. The kneecaps, which is Capricorn. Then we have the thighs, which is the Waterman or Aquarius. And then the feet, which is the fishes. These are, of course, the physical manifestations of the projection of the constellations around us into physical form. But they are also cosmic thoughts. So I have mentioned this earlier, and I can't remember exactly what sign and what planet and what outlook is related to what right now, but I can remember a few, and that is, like, for example, Gemini is thinking from the cosmic thought perspective worldview of the Gemini. We have mathematism, and then we have have Aries, which is the idealist, and we do have 10 others, but in the moment I am not that well versed in actually going into these lenses of worldviews. I will go much more into that later when I have studied more in depth and actually come to fully connect to it. In the meantime, the best for us is to stay strong and stable within our being, getting to know ourselves, our inclinations, and our disposition. And if our disposition is a little muddled, a little bogged down, we should change our disposition. That is what is needed for us to be able to introduce new healthy influxes and weave into the world ether good and healthy forces that is coming from the Christ, because he is residing, he is the world ether, and connecting to this earth etheric, which also is connected to the sun thanks to the Christ. We can connect in life, start living actively, introducing the spirit again into the soul and body, making activity within our, not activity as in going, getting a pickaxe and then stamp on it and then start hugging away on a rock. No, this is about inner activity, sitting completely still and using your thoughts as you would your arms and imagination and your will to guide your direction. You know, ennoble, purifying, transforming it so that it is guided directly, because you alone do not know where to directly guide it, but with higher beings' help you are guided towards something good, beautiful, true and honest, loving. And the loving brings the etheric, your inner plant, into flourishing, well, joy, more or less. And it is all about grabbing a hold onto this life force, you know? So by truly getting to study occult and esoteric science and anthroposophy and, well, any kind of religion, because anthroposophy and spiritual science is a syncretic science. It is we take from every epoch, from the ancient Indian to the Persian to the Egyptian to the Greco-Roman. We do take from every single one of these epochs and create something that is belonging to today. Because we cannot introduce something completely clean. We have been given things to work upon. We have been given from the past many scriptures and, you know, this way. And it is all about finding that stream. It is about connecting to that stream every day. That is one of my mottos lately. It is connect to the stream every day. Because you connect to that same, you remember from yesterday and from the day before that, I was working upon this, and then you continue. Of course, you do change a little and based on what you need to cultivate in the moment. We are flexible like that. It is all about strengthening, building, and mastering the malleability of our inner being. Once we do, our outer being also is starting to follow. You see, the more this earthly being, we have been so used to being only physical, that is why we have become so dense. But by introducing the spirit again, working it deep into the body again starts to become alive, and we start to become more flexible in every area around our ego. So, of course, there is no use in, let's say, if we have a delusional wish to change our appearance and everything just completely, that would not be a reason enough to cultivate these gifts. It is all about having the health, showing and radiate the health and the good inner being that you do have. As an example, as I said, we have We are not infallible, and we do have our errors and our karma and our shadows that we are constantly working upon. So it is important to be patient in love, like a mother, like a divine mother, and the instruction and discipline like a divine father, and to truly bring your inner child so that it has every aspects of the good, of what faculties that might help towards the future of mankind. And it is all about being brave in discovering and exploring these things. You have to be brave, because if you let your inner voice take over, it will never happen, because it is very good at persuading us to not do something. But it is all about you starting to transform and to purify yourself, so you can start listening to your inner guidance. You can get a direct line to the higher hierarchies, so that you do not being led astray by strange temptations and deep longings that might not be very healthy for a human being. It does happen, but it is all about being aware of it. What can we do about it, and how we weave into our own being new and healthy ways of seeing things. And spiritual science gives you the insight, the enlightened knowledge to be able to understand why we do these things. We do these things for the future, for every human being, for every individual, and for all of mankind and this earth. For every single being on this planet. And it is all about holding that intention as purely as possible. And it is no joke. We take it sincerely, and that is what it means to be an initiate. You hold steady to a cause, to an aspiration. You do have a physical goal in the future. That, of course, is every individual's personal little thing. But that is what we follow along with, to have at least that one before we pass. But other than that, we constantly cultivate and grow, because we prepare more or less for our next life. That is what I do, at least. That is what every initiate do. We prepare for the next life to build the disposition and foundation and the inner health and strength and goodness that we can prepare for the next incarnation we are going to go to. And it will be a while, a couple of thousand years actually. So it is important to take with you as much as possible in this life. Grab carpe diem, grab the day, grab life. But not grab life violently. Ask life to reach your hand out to life. But do it in humility, because the Christ is life. So the more we can get to have a sense of dignity, a human love, a strong, dignified, like a higher being. And remember, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to be a little clumsy. Believe me, when the Archai were in the Saturn stage, their human stage, believe me, when they projected their ego into the heat substance to build and work upon it, do you think they were gracious? I think they were a little clumsy themselves, since they have never done what they did before in that spiritual sense. But they became better by constantly working. They became better. It's the same with the archangels and the angels and all of the hierarchy. But the third hierarchy, the Archai, the archangels and the angels, and partly the second hierarchy, the Kyriodities, Dynamis, and Exousiae, or spirits of wisdom, spirits of movement, and spirits of form. These are more what we should focus on, because the higher the hierarchy, the more sublime they become. You see, the first hierarchy are in the direct gaze of the Godhead, and think to work towards being able to even have a sense to perceive such high beings is, well, it requires to be worthy of it. And that not even I have been able to, not even I, sorry, that sounds so arrogant. Please forgive me for that one. But seriously, to be able to perceive such high beings, it requires a lot of work and a lot of love. Love is what connects us to the highest realms. True, cosmic, platonic, every conceivable love. Sensual love bogs you down, but every other conceivable types of love. Never see the world through the sensual lens, because it will seriously, it will not allow the other person you see in the sensual sense their true being, their true human. That is why it's important to see them as, in Michaelic thinking, you see their physical form, but you also see their etheric, astral, and ego, and know that they are a thinking, feeling, and willing being that also is in change and have their journey. And the more you can hold that space for another human being, the more you're able to allow them to be themselves, if they allow themselves to. You can of course, as I witnessed many times, observe people that just don't want to. No matter how much you invite them, they just don't want to. But it's just, sure, that's fine. I have other places to go, different things to do. And it is all about reaching out that hand constantly. But if people don't want to take the hand, meeting in the middle, then it's fine. There are other human beings out there that have the strength and inner interest to meet you in the middle. Not everyone is meant to go this path, and that is okay, very okay. You that are walking this amazing, beautiful path, of course, need to have the inner foundation and strength to be able to meet anyone, if you are to truly become an objective, loving, nurturing, hierarchical being. It is all about being able to be of service and at the same time hold the inner strength of individuality at the same time, and hold strong to our values, to our inner morals, but not out of a sense of duty, out of a sense of, if we see something that is morally beautiful, that means a good deed, we will feel warmth and beauty and joy. But if we see an immoral deed, oppression, bullying, lying, and so on, we will feel pain. We will feel it's ugly. So if we see a good deed, that is a beautiful deed that we feel joy out of. And an immoral deed is something we feel pain out of and we think is ugly. Living by that allows you to see the whole world truly, because you see both the good and the ill, the healthy and the ill, more or less. Because it is about taking responsibility for oneself first and foremost. Think about it. If we have countless errors and flaws within us, and then we go complaining about something, we become hypocrites. We wouldn't want to be that. We wouldn't want to be that. That is just such a... Better stay safe than sorry, isn't that what we say? We speak what we create, and we create what we speak. And we stick to this practice. We speak truth, honesty, upliftment, love. Love. Love infuses your etheric, guides your astral, nourishes your body, allows your ego to have a home within your being. So remember love, connection. Remember understanding, compassion. So I will leave you with this. Thank you so much. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, higher hierarchy, ancient masters of old, ancestors from every incarnation, bless, protect, guide, love you on your wonderful, beautiful, unique path to your awakening of the many, many mysteries and wonders that life has to offer every day. It is all about connecting to that wonder. Once that wonder is awakened, you will have to stomp it out yourself. No one can do so. It is so strong that they will burn long before it is stamped out. You will have to do that. And you wouldn't want to do that. You are unique. You are a unique spark. And you should shine like that. You are amazing. As an individual, you are a personality. You are amazing. I love personalities. And think about it, spiritual personalities are archai. They are one step above the archangels and are part of the whole earth. They guide the whole of earth and every human being. So if you become a personality, and in this age a true spiritual personality, you are a representative of this present age. So it's important to act that way and to be dignified in that sense. So to purify as much and to allow as much of this age, of this amazing personality and as much of cosmos to flow through you consciously without you losing yourself in some sort of ecstasy or just disappear in a sense. It's important to stay strong in the flow, in the stream, with your awareness, with your consciousness. And that I will leave you with. Thank you so much. Love you all. Thank you, sir. Goodbye.